Hi, I'm Hope Benavides, and I'm the Senior Class Secretary. Please stand for the presentation of colors by the Las Vegas High School AJROTC.
At close interval, dress right, dress. Ready, front. Carry, colors. Right, face. Forward, march. Color guard, halt. Left, face. Present, colors. Carry, colors. Right, face. Forward, march.
Hello, my name is Shanice Butler, and I'm your Senior Class Historian. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance from a future member of the Las Vegas High School Class of 2030 and current member of Iverson Elementary. The men in the Class of 2020, please remove your caps.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My name is Jennifer Martinez, your student body president. Las Vegas High School is rich in tradition. 50 years ago, the class of 1970 paved the way for our graduates with their incredible Wildcat spirit, pride, and tradition. We salute our golden grads and thank them for living our motto every day. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Hey Wildcats, my name is Abby Hollingsworth and I'm the Senior Vice President. This year we have the honor of hearing from 6 valedictorians and 1 salutatorian. The valedictorians earned a perfect 4.8 GPA and our salutatorian earned a 4.7 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you a very special group of young people who will be sharing their thoughts. Our valedictorians are Morgan Adamson, Hope Benavides, Savannah Haverstick, Noah Maravilla, Esmeralda Mata, Brandon Velez, and our salutatorian is Emmanuel Pexon.
High school, whether we knew it or not, was the defining moment of our collective developments. Without it, we would still be those naive kiddos on the playground that, unlike us, are unprepared to thrive in this world on fire. As we leave this nest of childhood and into the great unknown, we must remember the lessons of the past. In the way that it would be impossible to soar while being ignorant to the storm up ahead, it would be unwise to fall headfirst into the sea of self-righteousness. While our storm was indeed a little premature, in the long run, it will only prove to perpetuate our potential. Life has always asserted to us its usurping power, but just like it has always been, as history proves to repeat, there is nothing to nervously anticipate, for high school truly prepared us for the turbulence ahead. While we have always claimed that we would never need anything we have learned, or that we would be wildly unprepared for real life, unconsciously, the people in our lives throughout these 4 years truly transformed us into rational, responsible, and resilient human beings. From off-topic life lessons to off-the-wall questions, at the end of the day, the most important part of high school was nothing from a syllabus or textbook, but from the details of conversations and experiences, in the times that we have spent with our mentors and peers, and in the everlasting memories that we will hold on to forevermore. As we enter a crazy new world, remember who you are and who you were built to be. Keep a fighting spirit, and remember that at the end of the day, we will find a way to persevere onto the other side of any barrier. We are living proof of this graduating here today. And as we venture into adulthood, we will continue to thrive and push the limits set by those before us. Because even in these negative times, there is a lifetime of growth and stories that we will be lucky enough to have survived and fortunate enough to have actively participated in. We are the class of 2020, the one and only of its kind, and that is truly something to remember. Congratulations, Wildcats. It was sure a long time coming. Thank you.
2020, the best graduation year, or so we thought. The past 3 months may not have gone as well as we all planned or hoped, but that does not change what we have accomplished. It went by fast, just like everyone told us it would. Now we are saying goodbye to what we know and putting it all behind us, even if that makes us scared and nervous. Goodbyes are hard, but our graduation should serve as a starting point for our next life goal or major achievement, wherever our futures are meant to take us. There are endless amounts of possibilities and potential in each and every one of us. We do not have to stop here. This graduation shows us that we make the commitment, we are capable of accomplishing our goals even in the face of these historical circumstances. No matter where our future takes us, we will always have our memories from the past 4 years together.
Hi everyone, my name is Savannah Haverstick and I am one of the valedictorians for the graduating class of 2020 here at Las Vegas High School. I want to thank everyone who came out tonight, despite the many hindering circumstances that have been occurring not through only our community, but throughout the whole world as well. 2020 has definitely been a year I will never forget. This year has changed my life in so many ways and opened my eyes in ways I can never imagine. Despite all the negativity surrounding this year, I'm going to take what I've learned and help better myself as a person as we move on to adulthood and college. To my graduating class, please don't give up. I know our senior year wasn't as great as it expected it to go, but that's okay. This year will definitely impact us for the rest of our lives as we keep fighting for what we want and the change we want to see in the world. Hold on to hope and stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next chapter of our lives. Thank you.
My fellow peers, here we are, commemorating all of the 12 years of schooling that has culminated into this bright moment of ceremony. Let us rejoice knowing that we have made it, and that those strenuous hours of stress, anxiety, and worry have led us up to this pivotal point in our careers and have not gone to waste. Let us honor ourselves, knowing that we have come out of this experience more powerful than ever before, and we will only continue to strengthen our resolve from this point forward. Most importantly, let us appreciate this opportunity to have educated and thus have allowed ourselves to become able citizens of the future who will ensure that our world becomes a much better and safer place for all. So I say congratulations to you kings, queens, and everyone in between, not only for this amazing achievement, but also for the riches that you can receive from this remarkable milestone. Thank you.
Dear class of 2020, we did it. After months of living through COVID-19 and having our graduation postponed, we are finally able to celebrate. This is what we all have been waiting for, and oh, what a milestone. A new adventure in our life has begun. We are now making our own paths, and by no means has this been an easy start. Challenges give us more courage, change is sometimes for the best, and chances make us believe. Class of 2020, we made history. COVID-19 has and will continue to affect us all. It caused many of our families to be unemployed, people to hoard toilet paper, and stores to go empty. But let us not be sad over the things we missed. Instead, write it down and embrace it, as this is something to tell our future generations about. My story begins by being the daughter of two proud Mexican parents. Working hard is not something new for me. I work hard for them because they gave me everything when they sometimes had nothing. Giving up is not an option for me. I keep going because they told me, échale ganas, mija, which roughly means put everything you got into it. Having big dreams is true for me. I dream big because they told me si se puede, which means yes, you can. Now with this pandemic of police brutality, we are called to stand in solidarity and speak out against this injustice and systematic racism ingrained in our government. Let's rise above the terrible things that go on in the world, but let's stick together to make it better. Things will not change unless we do. Class of 2020, I invite you to say, yes, you can change this. Yes, you can make a difference. Yes, you can support one another. You are allowed to dream big. You are allowed to believe in what you want, no matter what your background is, no matter where you were born, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what you look like. Tú sí puedes y juntos podemos.
As I reflect on our 4 years here at Las Vegas High School, these wonderful, joy-filled 4 years, I would say that a majority of our time has been spent sitting at desks or at tables, sitting with our friends and peers in the lunchroom or the courtyard, sitting at football games, performing arts assemblies, and countless other extracurricular events. As I recall, those late nights, hopelessly studying, and sometimes crying over a test, which was only a few hours away, were spent sitting as well. Even these last couple months, we were asked to sit in the crippling comfort of our all too familiar quarantine settings. And here we are, once again, sitting together for the last time as classmates, friends, and family. We've grown close, created memories that will last a lifetime, and forged friendships that will last longer. I don't think I speak for myself when I would say that I'm tired of sitting. I sense the eagerness of our class, the historical class of 2020. Each of us are eager to change the world, and I urge you to sit no longer. Do not sit and watch the world pass you by. Go forth, each and every one of you. Achieve every burning desire within you. Reach your highest potentials. Represent Las Vegas High School. Represent the class of 2020. Represent greatness. Wildcat strong.
Class of 2020, we made it. After years of stressful classes, late night studying, and of course procrastinating, everything we've worked for has earned us commencement into our own independent paths. And as excited as we all are to make our own life decisions, at the same time, it all still just feels intimidating. Especially with how this year has treated us so far, who knows what life ahead of us has to offer. But if 2020 has taught us anything, it's that life is unpredictable and therefore challenges are inevitable. However, what separates those who are successful from everybody else is how they perceive such challenges. You can either run from them or learn from them. Earlier this year, the world lost Kobe Bryant, and whether you've watched basketball or not, we all still recognize his name in some honorable fashion. However, as great as he was, it's important to remind ourselves that even Kobe never made every shot, never won every game, never had the best relationship with his teammates, but above all, he never gave up. So by no means was Kobe Bryant perfect, but he never defined himself by his failures. Rather, he viewed every setback as something to overcome and improve himself upon. So given the situation we're in, I felt it fitting to quote the late Kobe Bryant, and I urge you to apply his words to your own perspective. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. Thank you, class of 2020.
Hi, my name is Brinkley McCoy, and I'm your senior class president. The thought of walking through the huge doors of this treasured school and the first day of freshman year is almost so hard to remember. But when we sit in this moment together, it seems as though it was just yesterday we were told on the first day to find 7 classes all on our own. The distinct memory of you sitting in homeroom, looking at faces you were so unfamiliar with, but now not only do you know their name, but their hobbies, fears, and what truly makes them who they are. Yes, we sit here not all together physically as one class, but we sit here connected as Wildcats. That bond we hold close has been created sitting in class, waiting for the lunch bell to ring, competing in the silly assembly games, and cheering for the bone to stay home. Through the endless nights of essay writing or the tests we studied a week for, we, the class of 2020, won't end the way we longed for, but we end united together more than any class to ever leave Las Vegas High School. So as we begin to say goodbye to the place that gave us our confidence, our voice, and the friendships that we will last a lifetime, may we never forget that we will forever be together through our Wildcat pride. Here's to us, the class of 2020, the ones who are quarantined. We will now hear the senior poem written and recited by Esmeralda Mata.
This is what high school taught me. I was taught not to be lazy. I was taught to be motivated. I was taught to be kind because you never know what goes on behind. Sometimes we have to go through it in order to learn from it. Mistakes can only make us smarter. This is what I learned in high school. Bad experiences can only make us stronger. We all go through things and no one has a perfect life. Instead of judging one another, we need to let each other strive. They say things happen for a reason. Stop wasting time because it flies through the seasons. This is what I learned in high school. Next thing you know, it's graduation and you are 18 years old. A new life has begun and you are now on your own. Make the best out of what you have, no matter the situation you're in. Lift your chin up and leave it in the past. This is what I learned in high school. Now 2020 grads, let's be responsible. Let's be kind to one another. Let's motivate each other. Let's help someone. Let's save the earth. Let's better ourselves. Let's stand up for what's right. Let's make it happen. A change in the world starts within our communities. Let's change the world. With everything I learned, this is my advice to us.
Hi, my name is Brian Fuentes, and I am Student Body's second vice president. With the singing of the alma mater, I would like to introduce Mr. Blanco and Miss Tyler.
Wrestling I'm Leslie Camacho, your student body first vice president. I would like to invite Mr. Gerzon to the podium to say a few words about our senior class.
Class of 2020, families and friends, it's great to see you today. I would like to begin by thanking the individuals who were instrumental in our success this year. I would like to recognize and thank Board of School Trustee Linda Cavazos, Superintendent Dr. Jesus Jara, Chief Curriculum Instruction and Assessment Officer Dr. Carla Loria, School Associate Superintendent Ms. Jill Pendleton, and Region Superintendent Dr. Dustin Mansell. Thank you also to all of the Las Vegas High School teachers, counselors, coaches, support staff, administrators, and of course, the Alumni Association for supporting the class of 2020. Parents, family, and friends, thank you also for supporting our students. We would not have been able to do it without you. Class of 2020, you've had to overcome a lot this year. You are amazing, and I am very, very proud of you. Here are some highlights from your senior year. Our JROTC program won 50 total trophies this year, and in regional competition earned second place overall among all Army JROTC programs. Our PAL program, in its 23rd year, helped by giving back thousands of dollars to nonprofit organizations and spent hundreds of hours in community service projects. The National Honor Society documented over 1,000 hours of community service and approximately 500 hours of tutoring. The Key Club donated thousands of dollars to charities and have approximately 300 documented service hours. One of our band members, for the first time in 3 years, earned a position in CCSD's Wind Ensemble Honor Band. Our choir program was invited to perform at various distinguished events, including the Mayor's Breakfast, the Festival of Trees and Lights, and the Southern Nevada Down Syndrome Association's annual charity event, just to name a few. Our mariachi program represented Las Vegas and performed for Vice President Joe Biden. Our wrestling team had an excellent season and produced 3 state qualifying wrestlers. Our flag football team is the region champion and the state runner-up. Our boys soccer team qualified for the state tournament, and our girls soccer team made it to the region quarterfinals. Our girls and our boys basketball teams made it to their respective region quarterfinals. The football team kept Sir Herc home for all 4 years, and this year had arguably the best season in school history, posting a record of 9 wins against only 2 losses. I can only imagine the great levels of success we would have seen from our baseball, softball, golf, track, boys volleyball, and swim teams this year. The total scholarships awarded to the class of 2020 was nearly $3 million. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you collectively have been accepted to 46 different colleges and universities across 16 states, and 19 of you have committed to serve our armed forces. Seniors, you are outstanding, but you must be getting tired of hearing all of the advice, because this time of the year, old people love to give young people advice. So I will not give you any advice today, despite the fact that my age qualifies me to do so. Instead, I will share with you the 3 things I wish I knew when I was younger. The first thing I wish I knew is this: don't take life too seriously. Nobody gets out alive. Time flies and life is short. So make the most of every second. Celebrate every success, no matter how big or small. The second thing I wish I knew when I was younger is this. When you get old, you won't regret the things you've done so much as the things you didn't do. Go after your dreams and do what it takes to make them your reality. Life is supposed to be an adventure with many ups and downs. So live life to the fullest, without fear of what lies ahead, but with the hope that your future will be amazing, because it will be. The third thing I wish I knew when I was younger is the purpose of education. Education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. Don't worry about being the best in the world. Focus on being the best for the world. A wise man once told me, the things you do for yourself, you will take to the grave. But the things you do for others will become your legacy. Seniors, as important as it is to love yourself, it is equally important to seek opportunities to love your neighbor. It is the best way to make a difference. Seniors, celebrate life, go after your dreams, and make a difference. Class of 2020, it has been my honor and privilege to serve you. I am proud of you. I love you, and I want to thank you for an amazing 4 years. Congratulations, and always remember, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Class of 2020 and guests, to continue our graduation ceremony, please direct your attention to the ushers and make your way to the gym for the presentation of diplomas and the turning of the tassels.